Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to find asymptotic expansion using Watson lemma. Already we have studied how to find asymptotic expansion using integration by parts, then Laplace technique, then method of stationary phase or steeper descent. Now using Watson lemma, we are going to find leading asymptotic term and asymptotic expansion. So, we are going to find asymptotic expansion of the integral 0 to b f of t e power minus xt. In previous cases, it will be general, that is, it will be between a to b, but in Watson lemma, the integration should be between 0 to b f of t e power minus xt. So, that's the only difference between Watson lemma and previous problems. Here, integral should be between 0 to b, so as x tends to infinity. And here also f of t is continuous function and f of t can be expanded using Taylor series expansion, or f of t can be written in series form as t power alpha summation of n equal to 0 to infinity a n t power beta n as t tends to 0. If we are having the integral of the form 0 to b f of t e power minus xt and f of t is continuous function and f of t can be expressed as a series form, then using Watson lemma we get asymptotic expansion as I of x equal to summation of n equal to 0 to infinity a n gamma of alpha plus beta n plus 1 divided by x power alpha plus beta n plus 1. What is this a n? That is coefficient of t power beta n. So this beta remains as it is. Alpha is t power alpha, that is our alpha. So we are going to prove this. So what is our given integral? Integral is I of x is equal to integral between 0 to b f of t e power minus xt dt and x tends to infinity. So what is the coefficient of x? Minus t. I will take this as xi of t or phi of t, one and the same. I am taking xi of t as minus t. So by inspection method, maximum of xi of t occurs at a. So when t is equal to a, xi of a is maximum. For example, if the integral is between 0 to 1. So in between values if I take 0.2. What is xi of 0.2? Minus 0.2 means it is negative. What is xi of 0.4? Minus 0.4. What is xi of b? Minus b. So whatever values we will take from 0 to b, all the values are negative. When t is 0, it is 0. Therefore, xi of a is maximum when t is equal to a. So also what is xi dash of t? Xi dash of t is minus 1. It is less than 0. So using Laplace method, we can write I of x is equal to 0 to 0 plus epsilon. Our value of a is 0. 0 is same as our lower limit. Therefore, a to a plus epsilon. F of t e power minus xt dt. Now, f of t should satisfy the condition. What is our data? F of t is t power alpha summation of n equal to 0 to infinity a power n t power beta n. That's what they had mentioned in this statement, right? So, substitute this in the integral. We will get I of x is equal to 0 to epsilon. What is f of t? This one. So, t power alpha summation of n equal to 0 to infinity a power n t power beta n into e power minus xt dt. So, this is our integral now. Here, integration is with respect to t. summation of an is constant. So we can write this as n is equal to 0 to infinity an. Remaining terms remains as it is. 0 to epsilon t power alpha plus beta n into e power minus xt dt. Whenever epsilon tends to infinity, this integral changes to 0 to infinity. Actually, our integration limit is between 0 to infinity. When epsilon tends to infinity, we will have 0 to infinity. To reduce this to standard integral or to gamma function, to get gamma function, I am going to substitute xt is equal to capital T or some other variable. So put xt is equal to capital T. So this implies x into dt is equal to dt by x. When t is 0, capital T is 0. When small t is infinity, capital T is infinity. Therefore, integral remains as it is. And what is the value of x remains as it is. When substituting this in the integral, we are having epsilon summation n tends to 0 to infinity an integral of 0 to infinity. What is small t? Capital T by x. Substitute here. T by x alpha plus beta n into e power minus t into dt by x. So we can write this as summation of asymptotic to n equal to 0 to infinity. an is constant. Integration is with respect to t. So we can take x terms outside. X power is alpha plus beta plus 1. So alpha plus beta n plus 1. Now integration is between 0 to infinity e power, this is minus t actually. So e power minus t power alpha plus beta n dt. So now this is in standard form. We can write this as gamma of alpha plus beta n plus 1. So that's what we have to prove. Now we will see some problems or we will see some integrals and we are going to find asymptotic expansion for that using Watson lemma. So very first problem I am considering here is integration is between 0 to 5 e power minus x small t divided by 1 plus t square dt as x tends to infinity. This is our first problem. A is 0, b is 5 here. Now it should be of the form f of t into e power xt. So this integral we can write it as 0 to 5 1 plus t square inverse or 1 by t square is f of t, one and the same, e power minus xt dt. We have to write f of t in terms of summation, right? So we have to expand this and we have to find the summation of this term. So I hope you remember binomial expansion. So what is binomial expansion? What is the general form? Do you remember? So a plus b to the power n is equal to an plus n into an minus 1 into b plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial an minus 2 b square etc. So using binomial expansion we are going to expand this 1 plus t square to the power minus 1. In place of a we are having 1. In place of b we are having t square. In place of n we are having minus 1. So what is a? 1 power n. So anything to the power n is 1 to the power n is 1 itself. So this remains as it is plus what is the value of n? Minus 1. Minus 1. What is a? 1 to the power n minus 1 again. What is t? B. B is t square. So it is t square. Next one is n into n minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 1 is minus 2. divided by 2. This 2 will get cancelled. 1 to the power n minus 2 is 1 itself. B square is t power 4. Next will be n minus 1, n minus 2 by 3 factorial into 1 to the power n minus 3, b to the power 3. So t power 6, etc. So here 3 factorial is 3 into 2. Here minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. Minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. So this 2 will get cancelled. Here we will get negative sign. So this we can write it as 1 minus t square plus t power 4 minus t power 6 plus t power 8, etc. Now we have to write this in terms of summation. How to write this? Summation of n equal to 0 to infinity. We are having alternate sign, therefore minus 1 to the power n. Whenever we have alternate sign, we will use minus 1 to the power n. Now this is like t power 0, t square, t power 4, t power 6, etc. Whenever we are having even powers, we will write t power 2n. Now t tends to 0. Now we got summation f of t in terms of summation, right? So here, what is the value of alpha? Comparing this with this function, this and this, t power alpha. Here we will not have t outside the summation. Therefore, alpha is 0, t power 0 is 1. In place of an, we are having minus 1. So, an is equal to minus 1 to the power n. Here we are having t to the power beta n. Here we are having t to the power 2n. So, in place of beta, we are having 2. Therefore, beta is equal to 2. Now, we are going to substitute in the formula. What is our, and one more thing. What is our formula? I of x is asymptotic to summation of n equal to 0 to infinity an gamma of a plus beta n plus 1 to the power divided by x to the power alpha plus beta n plus 1. We know all the values, just directly we are going to substitute it. Summation of n equal to 0 to infinity. What is an? Minus 1 to the power n. Gamma of what is a? A is 0 because, one second. In this problem, so far we didn't find the value of t, right? So what is our f of t? Sorry, xi of t. Xi of t is minus t. So between 0 to 5, xi of t is maximum at t is equal to 0, right? When t is 0, it is 0. When t is 1, it is minus 1. When t is 5, it is minus 5. So, except 0, all other values are negative. Therefore, t is equal to 0. Therefore, a is 0. When t is 0, we are having maximum value. Therefore, a is 0. Plus, beta is 2n plus 1 divided by x to the power alpha is 0, 2n plus 1. So, when we expand it, we will get, when n is 0, it is positive, gamma of 1. Gamma of 1 is 1 itself. X to the power 0 plus 1 is x. When n is 1, it is negative. When n is 1, it is gamma of 3. So, what is gamma of n plus 1? It is n factorial if n is an integer. So, when n is equal to 1, here we are having gamma of 3. Gamma of 3 is 2 factorial divided by x power 3. Now, when n is 2, gamma of 5. Gamma of 5 means 4 factorial by x power 5, etc. Here leading order term is 1 by x. So, this is our asymptotic expansion as x tends to infinity. So, I am going to consider another problem we are going to find asymptotic expansion of I of x between 1 to infinity. Integration is between 1 to infinity. S square minus 1 to the power half e power minus x into s ds. Instead of t, now we are having s. Very first thing in Watson lemma is, to apply Watson lemma, a should be 0 or lower limit should be 0. So we have to convert this integral to integration between 0 to infinity using substitution method. So what is our lower limit? S equal to 1. This implies s minus 1 equal to 0. Right? I am shifting this to this side. I am going to take s minus 1 as t. S minus 1 equal to t. This implies s is equal to t plus 1. I am going to substitute s equal to t plus 1. So what is ds? dt. When s is equal to 1, t is 0. When s is infinity, t is infinity. So I am going to substitute all these things in the integral. So our integral is I of x is equal to, limit changes to 0 to infinity. In the problem we are having s square minus 1. So what is our s square? S is t plus 1 whole square minus 1 to the power minus 1 by 2 into e power minus x into s. S is t plus 1 into dt. So this is our problem. When we expand t plus 1 whole square using a square minus b square formula, we will get t square plus 2t a square plus 2ab plus b square is plus 1, minus 1 will get cancelled. So now we will get t square plus 2t to the power minus half e power minus xt into e power minus x. We can take e power minus x outside and remaining terms are this. Now again xi of t is t itself, therefore a is 0. Now we have to write this in terms of exponential function. So t square plus 2t to the power minus half, we can write it as, I'll take t common or I'll take 2t common. So if I take 2t outside, I'll get 2t to the power minus 1 by 2. What are the remaining terms? 1 plus t by 2 to the power minus 1 by 2. Again, I'm going to apply binomial expansion here. A is 1, b is t by 2, n is minus 1 by 2. So using binomial expansion, what I'll get? This is a to the power n. So 1. Next is n is minus 1 by 2. A power n minus 1 b. Next is n minus 1 is minus 3 by 2. A to the power n minus 2, b to the power 2. T by 2 whole square. Next one is n minus 1, n minus 2 into a to the power n minus 3, b to the power 3, etc. So here we are having negative sign, here we are having positive sign, here again we are having negative sign, etc. Again the integration is, again the summation is having alternate sign. Therefore this we can write it as 2 into t to the power minus 1 by 2 summation of n equal to 0 to infinity. I am having alternate sign, therefore minus 1 to the power n. Here I am having alpha minus 1, alpha minus 1, alpha minus 2, etc. So I'll write in this form alpha minus 1, alpha minus 2, etc. till where alpha minus of n minus 1 whole divided by so what is our formula? Here I have missed n factorial, right? 1 plus n into a n minus 1 into b plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into a power n minus 1 into a power n minus 2 into b square plus n minus 1 n minus 2 by 3 factorial etc. So here we are having n factorial also into t power 1, 2, 3 etc. So t power n by here 2 power 1, 2 square, this is 2. 2 cube, this is cube. First one is square, next one is cube. So 2 cube etc. So 2 power n. Now t power minus half is there. Therefore alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2. Beta is t power n is there. So beta is 1 and an is whole term. Now we are going to substitute in the formula. What is our formula? I of x is asymptotic to, here in the integral we are having e power x. That e power x should remain as it is. Therefore e power minus x. Here we are having 2 power minus 1 by 2. That also should remain as it is. 2 power minus 1 by 2 I can write it as 2. Remaining terms are summation of n equal to 0 to infinity an. An is this term minus 1 to the power n alpha, alpha minus 1 etc. Alpha minus n minus 1 whole divided by n factorial into 2n also 2 power n into x power alpha is minus 1 by 2 plus beta n is n plus 1 into gamma of alpha plus n, beta into n plus 1. So when we simplify this, here we will get gamma x power n plus half. Here also we will get gamma n plus 1 by 2. So when we expand it, e power minus x by root 2. When n is 0, 1 to the power 0 is 1. Here we will not get any contribution. 0 factorial is 1, 2 power 0 is 1, x power 1 by 2. N of 0 into 1 by 2, right? So it is root pi. So this is our leading term. And when we substitute 2, 3, 4 etc., we will get all other terms.